Hi guys, hope you're all doing well and thank you for being interested in this tutorial which we are going to create the famous Tinder swipe left to reject and swipe right to like. Maybe it's not super accurate to how Tinder looks today. I'm not like super familiar with it, but it doesn't really matter. It's just we're going to create actually this. So I press and then I get the knob and then I can just swipe it to the left again, swipe it to the left, another one I can swipe to the left, and then I swipe to the right, and then I get this interaction again. Let us see it again. So again, nope, 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 and yes, and then we get this little interaction which I added kind of like as an interactive component. And okay, so looks great, and let's start creating that. Okay, so these materials actually I made pre to this tutorial just not to waste time on creating them now. And again, I don't know how the Tinder screens looks exactly nowadays because I'm not using it, but anyway, and it doesn't really matter because then in your designs you will take it to whatever you need. Of course, you will make it as you want, and it really doesn't have to include any one of these materials at all. Okay, it's just for an example and to get into the vibe. So icons, logo, doesn't matter which logo. These icons, each one of them is in a frame which hold these icons that I just copied from one of the Tinder screens that I found in Google Images. So they're all hooked up in an auto layout, and we have the knob and the like, and basically in that info. And that's it. Basically, this is what we need. Okay, so we'll create a screen, or let's just, you know what, take one of these presets of 375 to 812. Works good for, oh, all right, works good for me. So we'll go ahead with that. And now we'll take another frame which will hold the image. So let's make it 340 by 500. That's fine. And what I'm gonna do now is I will use sorry, not an icon, a plugin which is called Unsplash. Oh, sorry, which is called Unsplash. Yeah, exactly. Just to, of course, just to get some images of, let's say, woman, and I'm just searching for yeah, we can it doesn't really matter. Okay, I mean, like, by the way, all the women that I did nope in the prototype, of course, they all look terrific, they're all fantastic. I mean, if anyone sees that, it doesn't say anything about, I don't know, some taste or what I like and I don't. It's just really random images and no intentions in any of them. Okay, so we have that, and for now we'll take it and we'll just use it as a kind of a template to create whatever we need. So basically what I did here is that I gave this frame a fill which is now an image. Okay, instead of giving it a background color, I selected one of the images from Unsplash and I made it the fill of this frame, meaning that it's adjustable according to the size of the frame, which is cool. Okay, I'm gonna give it a 20 pixels. I guess, yeah, that's okay. And we'll give it a white stroke, which will be like that, something like that. Yeah. Let's give this frame a background. I will make it a bit something like that. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, and we'll give our wonderful frame, let's give it a shadow which will be 16%, and this is 20 pixels blur. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Yeah. Again, you can, as I said, in your designs you can make whatever you want with it, and that's okay. Okay, so let's create the bottom part, which the bottom part, what I will do is I'm gonna give it a name. And yeah, I'm going to use the default font of Figma for here. Again, not doesn't matter. You can use any one you want in your designs. Let's give it a size of 40. Maybe 40 is a bit too much. 34, something like that, which is good. I'm gonna give it a bold weight, and I'll duplicate it, and I'm giving the age, which age I will make it as regular, and I will make it a bit smaller, something like that. And now I'm gonna auto layout both of them. Okay, this is going to be frame one, that's okay. I mean the screen itself, let's call it, you know what, a screen one. And this one I will call name plus age, sorry, name plus age. And I'm gonna give them now, listen, you can now, this is perfect to use. Let's give it, by the way, the age, I want to give it a 26. Okay, because I want it as high as the small letters. So now we can use what Figma added to the last update of the auto layout. We can use that text baseline alignment. Okay, and now you see that Figma takes the baseline of the text and not the, let me just put it here for, you know what, let's show it here. I mean, check this out. You see here, the box that holds the text has more pixels of space than here, okay, because that's a smaller font. And unfortunately, that's the way it works with the font. So that's what creates, if we don't use that, let me just show it to you again. If I'll not use that, so this is what I'm getting. I mean, let's say I'm putting it on, I align it to the bottom of the layout, so that is aligned to the bottom, but that has a bigger space, so that's what is actually creating that they are not sitting on the same height. Okay, good, so that is great. And let's take some description that will be here. Give it a font of 18, something like that, and it will be in regular. And yeah, sorry, I want to find someone nice and have a good time. Okay, let's just, I don't know, something like that, which is okay as a description. And I will take also this one. Okay, I will put it here, and let's make them an auto layout to themselves, something like that, which is good. Yeah, that's about it, I guess, for these two. And now what I'll do is I'll auto layout both of them. We're gonna do it aligned to the left, and I'm gonna actually give it this whole width, and the height is gonna be something like that. Yes, let's put it in the middle, and we'll make it higher. Why am I doing that? I'm doing that because I want the darkened background, that even on light backgrounds, I'm gonna see the text good in any situation. Okay, so let's give it a feel. Oh, sorry, I need to play also with the padding here. Let's do it from, okay, here I'm gonna give it 20, maybe even more, 24. And here I will give it also a 24, which now you don't see any difference, but in stretching and shrinking this width of the frame will make a difference. And the feel which I'm giving it is not that, of course, linear. And we are going to give this one, it's going to be black, and this one is going to be also black, but 0 opacity. And what we'll do now is give it something like, I guess, 60. Yeah, I think that works okay. Yeah, okay. So now, even if we have a really light background, no matter how, we are going to see this good. Okay, maybe it's a bit big, but anyway, that's okay. Okay, so, and the last thing we have, or not the last one, I mean, we're gonna put this one. Let's take a copy of it. Yeah, so I'm gonna put this one and these three. I'm gonna take to the screen, auto layout them, put it in the middle, give this auto layout, by the way, a behavior of space between, okay, that it's auto spacing these three elements, which is good. It's not super precise actually, because I didn't put each one of them in frames, which I should, but doesn't matter right now. Honestly, I don't want to waste too much time on that, because we are focusing more on the animation today and the structure of this. Okay, this one I am going to give a, and you will understand in a sec why am I doing that. I'm going to give it a behavior of left and right. Let's see how it's behaving. Sorry, I need to give it not a fixed. Let's give it a hug contents. Hug contents, no, but I do want it in fixed. Let me see one sec. Fixed, I think it should be okay. Let me see. Screen one, and this is, let's call it details. Okay, details, but I see that, let me see. Oh, I know why, sorry. I forgot to configure these items, okay, inside it. Yeah, so this one needs to be a fill container, and this container actually, or this, no, this one will not, nothing will happen with this one, and this one should be let's call it a, let's give it a fill container. Yeah, this is good. Okay, and now, okay, we get that kind of a bit, I don't need that much, but a bit of kind of like a stretchy behavior, responsive behavior, and that's what I want, and that's okay. Okay, that's good, because I just want to give it, let's see, one sec. Okay, that's good. And by the way, I'm going to make it a bit shorter. Yeah. Okay. Just to find someone, because I don't want it to go to a third line, not for now. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, that's fine. Let me see. It's not fine. Okay, you know what? So I'm gonna give it one sec. Let me give it a, first of all, this one should be this, okay? And then it's gonna fix it. Okay, good. We got it sorted out, and now, yeah, let's go ahead. So I have the, I think that the stroke, by the way, is a bit too much. Let me give it a 6. Yeah, that looks nicer. Okay, cool. So we have that, and now what I will do is I'm gonna take this one aside, okay, and I'm gonna create it. I'm gonna make a component, sorry, out of it. And the reason I'm doing that is that I do want to work with the new component properties of text that Figma did lately, which is pretty cool for this exact situation. I can give it this one second, a text. What shall I call it? You know what, I'll call it just name. It's a text property, and let's give it something like that for now, name. And now I'm going to create another property, another text property, which I will call age, and this will be 29 as I gave here. And let me just copy this text, copy. and I'm going to give this component another property, which I'll call it, let's say, description, and put it here. Okay, good. And now what I still need to do is I'll select the name, okay, and from here I can apply the name to this layer, the name property to this layer, okay. And I will do the same, age and description. Okay, so basically if I want to change it from an image to an image, or let's say from a image with details holder, I can just double click the text and change it. It will not make any difference at all. I mean, technically that's fine and you can do it exactly like that, but I'm gonna copy this one and replace with this one. I'm just gonna right click, paste to replace. So now I have the component here, and now check this out. I mean, here I have the name, the age, and the description, which I can change easily. Let's say that I put here Jane, okay, and I put here 29, that's okay. So now I can edit the text in this component, in this frame, very easily. The only thing that we need to do now actually is we're gonna copy it, and I'm gonna do, let's do another 4, something like that. We'll do it really quickly. The only thing that we need to change actually is the name, age, and the image. So it's gonna be pretty easy, and that is going to be screen 1. Why is it screen 1? What? Okay, so now actually I'm gonna rename them. Let's use the rename, and I will call it person. Sorry, person, and number going up. Rename, sorry, I want the opposite. I want the number, oh, sorry, I want the rename, so person, number going down, please. Okay, person 0, 1, 0, 2, 3, 4, great. Okay, so that's okay. And okay, let's work with the control P, by the way. Okay, I can bring it like that. It's control or command on Mac. And so this will be our first, and this will be, sorry, this will be, let's put here again, woman. Okay, so that's going to be number 2, and that will be number 3. Number 4, and number 5. Okay, good, done with that. By the way, what I didn't do is I need to copy this. I'll put it here. Okay, that is going to be, yeah, something like here, that's okay. And I will copy from this location, and by selecting all these frames, I'm gonna put a paste. It's gonna paste them all in the same place, and I will give them a 0 opacity. The like, by the way, I'm gonna copy, put here. That's going to be here, and it's gonna be with a 0 opacity. By the way, these ones I'm gonna change like that, and this will be no, okay, this will be 4, and this will be 5. Okay, good. So now this is our first one, and these ones, by the way, I'm gonna put, okay, 300 by 4 60. Same for all of them, by the way. Oh, sorry, one thing I didn't do yet. Sometimes I do forget things as well. This one, by the way, I need to give it a constraints bottom. Okay, and then it will not behave not nice as happened now. Okay, so that's the way to do it. Okay, so that's 300 and 460. Good. Okay, and now, by the way, we need to just arrange them properly. Okay, I'm gonna put 1, 2. I know I can do that with auto layout, but I don't want to work with auto layout now. I want to work without one. 1 second. Yeah, that's 3 and 4. No, like that. And 5. Okay, good. So now I'm gonna just select them and do like that, and that's it. We have it, I guess, ready. Sorry, that. Okay, good. And these 4, by the way, the shadow, I'm gonna do it with a 0 opacity. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna just take this one out. We don't need it for now. We're gonna take all these and just put it here. Okay, so basically we created that is the first one, and we have the first person, and we have 4 other persons basically behind it. Okay, good. So now let's start with the interaction. So I'm duplicating this screen, and for now the first thing that I want to happen is I need this nope lighted. Okay, here now I'm duplicating that again. Okay, and this is going to be like that. We're going to give it a 12 round rotation, and we're going to place it. Let me give it a, let me see, something like that. Yeah, let's give it 180. Yeah, that's okay, 180. And the X, by the way, is going to be, I'm just taking it out of the frame, so it's going to be minus 445. Okay, let's give it 170. I'll take it a bit up. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, good. Now this one becomes the size that we had before, 340 by 500. It's going to sit in the middle, and the Y is 132. Okay, good. Oh, the shadow, 1 second. So the shadow needs to go back to 16%. Okay, good. So the interaction, by the way, that we will have between them is something like that. Here, by the way, now we can easily change the name. Let's call it, let's call her, sorry, not it, Stephanie, and she's going to be in the age of 28. Okay, good. So the interaction now goes like that. This one is going to lead to this frame. By the way, all what I'm doing here basically can happen also as an interactive component. I mean, we can take all these images and create a one big interactive component with a lot of variants, and it can happen there as well. For the sake of this tutorial, I mean, honestly, I didn't see any point for it, so we can do the same thing between screens. Okay, but again, I'm just saying the logic is that anything, any prototype, any interaction that you do between screens can also, you can do exactly the same between interactive components. Okay, good. So this one will be not on click but while pressing. when I press on this image, I want the nope to be lightened up, okay? And after I'm here, while pressing, I'm gonna take this and just kind of like swipe it to the left, and this is going to be on drag, okay? Smart Animate, 300 milliseconds. By the way, just to explain that, on drag, the how fast it happens depends on how fast I drag my mouse or my finger, okay? But if I do up to 50% of the movement and leave it, it's gonna go back, and just kind of like unclick it or unswipe it, it's gonna go back to the starting point. And if I go over 50%, it's gonna go back. And this is actually the duration that you see here. Let's give it a test drive and see how it works. Okay, let's put it in the mockup. Let's give it something like that, like the size that we worked on. Not this one, this is the first one that I did. Yeah, so now we see it like that. So now when I'm pressing, I get the nope, and now you see we also get the animation of that. Okay, good. The only thing that we need to fix actually is the Stephanie 28 we need to give before we have this interaction. But anyway, we see that it's working good. Great. Okay, so Stephanie is actually person 2, and let's see how easily we can do that. Person 2. Okay, let's go back to layers. I know that this one is here, person 2, and I'm gonna select the details, Stephanie, and the age we gave was 28. Okay, because when we work with Smart Animate, it's important that whatever we have here will be also here. Let's see how it works now. Okay, so nope, and now it also, yeah, it's kind of like animating what I did here, because I kind of like stretch it a bit, or kind of like made it narrower than it was. But we can also, by the way, check to see. This is Stephanie, and let's see how it goes here. We have Stephanie here. By the way, let me see what's going on here. Let me check this out. This one is 15, and this one is also 15. And if I'm okay, I don't understand so much that actually this, let me understand it again. What I'm checking is, or a bit I don't understand, is why, because we didn't move the name and the age. So let me just understand what's going on there. Okay, so nope, and okay, yeah, so now it's behaving right. Yeah, because I just needed to refresh that, I guess. But the thing is that I didn't see any reason for the 28 to kind of like come behind that name and stuff like that. So yeah, it didn't work properly. Anyway, works good. Done with that. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, again, we're going to duplicate this one, and here we're going to lighten the nope. Okay, the same way, and here we're going to duplicate that again, and we're going to use actually the same thing that we did. So 12, and we gave it 100, and I think, 1 second, let me make sure I forgot what we did here. Yeah, the first one. So the first one was 12, 170 minus 445. Okay, good. So we're going to give that 170 and minus 445. Okay, so we have the same thing. By the way, we can actually, we can delete the first one. Honestly, I mean, it doesn't really matter that much. We can leave it, we can delete it. Yeah, that's okay. Anyway, so here we're gonna have the same thing happening, which we didn't change the name here yet. We're gonna do that now. Again, the name of Jane 29. Yeah, we can use a different one. Let's do it here already. So we're gonna have here, let's say Jenny. Yeah, big difference anyway, but yeah, Jenny 26. Okay, so this is person, as you see, person 3, and we're gonna do that here easily by Jenny and 26. Okay, good. So that's going to be behaving great, and then we're going to give it a 340 by 500, put it in the middle, 132, and we have it done. Oh, sorry, the shadow. Yep, the shadow. Let's not forget the shadow. Yeah, good. So now we're gonna do the same thing. This is going to be while pressing. While pressing, this is going to be, let's give it a smart animate. Let's see here. It doesn't matter that much, honestly, but even here we'll give it a smart animate because it happens pretty fast. And this one we're gonna bring to here, on drag, smart animate. Yes, that looks fine to me. Let's give it a play again. And let's see what are we up with. I'm just kind of like checking myself. Yeah, it takes time a bit to load. That's why you're seeing it kind of like in a weird way. So that's 1, that's 2, and all looks like it's working great. Okay, but we don't see the shadow here, or we do. Let me see. Something is wrong here. Oh, we don't have the shadow here, and we don't have it here. So let's check and see what's going on. Strange, because here we do see that. And okay, and we do have the shadow here as well. So why is that? It's weird. What's going on here? Oh, yeah, kind of like clicked on it and suddenly I saw the shadow. That is weird. Okay, so we have it here. Oh, I understand why, I think. No, I don't. You know what? We have the shadow also here and here. Okay, I guess some rendering issues with Figma, which happens sometimes, and that's okay. Okay, and now we're going to continue, of course, the same way. Okay, sorry. So this one is going to be, again, this one will be 100%. We're gonna connect it exactly the same way. Yeah, the only thing which I should have done maybe before hooking them all up is give the name and the age, which I didn't, and okay, that's okay, we can do it now, no big deal. Okay, so that's okay. We're gonna do it while pressing smart animate, that's fine. And here, yeah, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna give it a rotation of 12 degrees, 170 I already know, minus 445, and that goes here. Okay, great. So we have that already fixed. And this, I guess, yeah, I guess that's okay. And we're gonna give this one, let's give it name of Tara and 32. Yeah, let's go up in the age a bit. We don't have to, but let's make it a bit different, which that's okay. And here again, no, it's not 3. This one is 4. Come on. Yeah, we have to give it to person number 4. So she's going to be Tara, an age of 32. Good. Okay, so we're good with that. 340, 500, 132, align to the middle, and there we go. And the shadow, yes, the shadow. Okay, the shadow, good. So we have it done. And good. So here we have the like. So I'm gonna, no, sorry, I'm gonna duplicate that. Okay, so here we have the animation, and here we need to hook it up on drag, and that's fine. And here we're gonna do the same thing, light this up. Okay, that's a like, and that's going to be while pressing, and here, okay, that's good. And we're gonna do the same. Now we're going to do the opposite direction. So this is going to be a -12. And after we gave it the rotation, of course, we can just drag it aside and put it like that. Let me see, by the way, the third. Yeah, I see the kind of like in the same height, so I think that's good. Yeah, I'll just drag it aside here. I'm using my my keyboard arrows just to take it out of the screen. Let's give this one a 340 by 500 and 132 sorry, of Y position. And the shadow, let's make sure it's 16%. And okay, now this one, of course, is connecting us. Oh, sorry. Oh, so it has a on drag, should be, of course, Smart Animate, and goes to here. Yes, let's see that it's working properly, that everything is fine. Let it load. Yeah, it's kind of like it's loading one on top of the other. So that's one, that's two, that's three, and that's four. Okay, great. And for some reason, again, we don't see the shadow, but yeah, that's weird with the shadow thing, but we see that the shadow is here. Yeah, so that's kind of like rendering problem, but anyway, we'll try to reload it again and see how it goes. So by the way, by the prototype, that's it. So basically we have it working. The only thing which I didn't do yet, and I'll do it quickly, is do that. You remember that I did the interaction of making this an interactive component and giving that animation of, you know, adding one and the fade out of the heart. So I'm gonna do it like really quickly. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this one, see how I do it quickly. So that's going to be let's call it heart 1, copy, paste, and call it heart 2. Good. And let's do the number, which is going to be something like that. Give it a fill, a red one. Let's do it something like this. That's okay. And of course, give it a round edge, round corner, something like that. Yes, that looks okay. Let me write 1. Yeah, I think it's big enough. I'm joking. Yeah, I need to make it smaller. Okay, so let's do it something like that. And yes, now you know what? I want to make it bigger. This is going to be like that. Okay, and that, of course, is going to be a white color in the middle of it. Are these not in the middle? Kind of, almost. Okay, so that's okay. Yep, so we have this one, heart, let's call it start, and we're gonna duplicate it, and let's call it fade, and duplicate and call that one end. Okay, so here, by the way, this is going to be 0 opacity. Here I will make it smaller, something like that. By the way, I can make it make the number of it center and center. By the way, you know what, I will do it after. I'll make that one smaller. Yeah, something like that. So it's going to be a bit smaller. Even here, you know what, to give it a more effect, I will make it bigger. This is going to be center and center, and I will make it bigger. Yeah, with these funny jumps, and that's okay. Yeah, let's do it something like that. It will work nice. Okay, and here the heart 2, I'm gonna make as big as that and give it a 0 opacity. By the way, double tapping on the 0 can do that as well. Okay, so we have that, and with this one, let's give it a 0. Okay, so that's okay. And now we can all hook it up to the create component set, and we created the heart. So copy and paste to replace. Not that. I meant to copy this one and paste to replace. Yes, that's okay. And now let's create the interaction. So this one is going to go here with an after delay. 800. Yes, that's okay, I think, because when it comes to this, yeah, that's okay. It should be okay. And then the Smart Animate, 300 milliseconds. Let's give it even a 600 milliseconds. Let's see if I remember it correctly, how I did it there. And after delay, so there's going to be delay. You know what, let's give it a 50. Sorry, which is really small, but kind of like the tiniest delay. And okay, let's see how it works and then decide. I'm gonna give it a play again. Okay, let's see how it works and then decide if it works good for us. Yeah, now they're all of them loading together, so that's why you see it like that. So let's go over it. While pressing, we have the nope, and then we have it growing here, and then again grows to the screen, which works really nice. And now while pressing, we have the like and here, and now when I leave it, nice. Okay, it worked really nice. So that did the job. Okay, cool. So now we have it working, and that's about it, guys. I guess we have it done, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial to your expectations. And again, just mentioning that you can do all these images as an interactive component if you want to. I just didn't see a point to do it here that way. Of course, that's only a technical example. In your designs, you can do whatever you want with them. Okay, and that's of course to your decision. I mean, you, let's say you think about the application that gives you to choose, I can say, a car, to rent a car near you. I don't know, kind of like private cars. So then you can do the nope, 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 and like or yes, and then you can use it for the same way, of course, without these icons, I guess. So that's about it, guys. Thank you so much. I will appreciate very much a like if you like this tutorial. I would love and appreciate it even more if you subscribe to my channel. Of course, cool tutorials are coming up ahead. Thanks a lot, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.